Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. It's me, Vinod, here with Anand. I hope you have had a wonderful Diwali celebration yesterday and today. And some of you did take heed to my advice and logged on during the 1 hour trading window, which happened, and did buy one share, as I said, and did not over enthusiastically go throw more money than needed. Like I said, it is just a goal to get you started on your journey of investing. So, on this auspicious day, on the day of wealth, I thought I'll get the man himself to come and talk about the markets and what he thinks the next year will be for us as Hindus, as we mark this as our year beginning. So, Anand, what is happening in the market and what can we expect?
Okay, I see a lot of gloom in the market,
Hmm.
and the market has corrected only 7.5%.
Hmm.
It has to reach 23,500 to mark it as a correction.
Hmm.
That is when the first correction commences.
Hmm.
And it has to fall another 2,700 points.
Hmm.
It has to break 21,000 before even technically we can call it as a bear market.
Hmm.
But most of the kids have just entered the market and they are feeling the pain.
Correct.
There are 20 crore demat accounts in India.
Yes.
Does not mean 20 crore people are trading. People can have multiple accounts. I have 3 or 4 accounts myself.
Keep that in mind, guys.
Then I have family accounts, which is primarily my account, his account, my sister's account, and all that. Then there are company accounts. So my estimate is 3 to 4 crore Indians are trading.
Okay.
Or it could be 7 or 8 crores according to me. That is the roundabout ballpark figure. Most of you are trading in futures and options and playing stocks as playing cards, and you are basically gambling. You have no idea what to do. Money in the stock market is made by waiting, not by buying and selling.
True.
Charlie Munger's quote. The more you buy and sell, the more you lose.
Very true.
The longer you hold a stock, the longer you are a partner in business, and the longer you will make profits. So that is Charlie's advice. Charlie is not with us anymore. He would have been 101 had he survived this year. He would have been 100 on Jan and he would have been 101 this year. But he's left us with a rich legacy and he can tell you a lot. And we also lost Mr. Tata in about last month,
Yes.
who created enormous wealth for us.
Yes.
And you have to remember, Tata made money by waiting and being very patient.
True.
So patience.
There's generations of wealth created.
So wealth is created over generations. You have to be extremely patient. It is very worrying that the Indian middle class is disappearing.
True.
I am not saying this. Nestle Suresh Narayan is saying this. R.C. Bhargav has saying that cars less than 10 lakhs sales is actually contracting. What it means is the transition from poor to or lower middle class to upper middle class is simply not happening. There's not enough jobs to go around. Yesterday I told you that 2 lakh Kirana stores have shut down. That is because the free capital that is available to quick commerce has meant that they are discounting and eating into their business. Demand stocks has collapsed. Also, for banks like IndusInd Bank and HDFC Bank and other banks, which primarily lend to retail at the bottom end, bad loans are surging because retail is overloaded. They claim that they have borrowed money and traded in markets. I do not know. But overall, there is a lot of stress in the retail market and also in the microfinance market. This is the news. The other thing, our call in gold has worked spectacularly. It's already reached 7,465 plus taxes. This is 22 karat gold, and 24 karat gold has crossed 8,150. So it looks very clear that if you add GST and making charges, even 22 karat gold crosses 8,000. I expect this year will be extremely good for gold, and I expect another 700 to 800 rupees rally in the minimum. Gold has already done more than 30% in the last year. So if you are comparing this year's return from one last Diwali to this Diwali, gold is the best performer. I've been advocating that you buy gold for a long time, and I surely hope you bought it. And you will be extremely pleased as punch. There have been more than 20 stocks which I have talked about, but I have been talking about a diamond needle. A needle is dangerous. If you are playing with it, it can poke your eye. But I say, even a diamond needle is bad because even a diamond needle can poke your eye. In stock market parlance, what I mean is, if you buy a great company at an exorbitant price, it means it is quite possible it will not give you returns for a long period of time and you will suffer quite a bit. Better not to buy that stock. And that is exactly what I have advised. There is a list of 20 stocks which Vinod is going to rattle off. And I'm going to tell you which to consider, which not to consider. At the end of that period, I'll tell you some stocks which are not in that list. Let's get on.
Okay, so I think people who want to hear the list of 20 stocks should tune into your video yesterday on MoneyPechu, which is there on the Tamil channel. And we have walked in detail on each of these stocks. Because we didn't have time over there to talk sectorially more about it, I think will be more benefit to us by talking sectorially, because people who are really interested on stock names and individual stocks can go catch it on MoneyPechu and watch it, where we talk company-wise, stock-wise, each one.
Okay.
Here I want you to tell us, in going forward, the year ahead, what is going to happen sectorially. Let's start with the finance sector. What is going to happen in the banking sector?
The finance sector is going to be in a lot of pain. So the stocks I would look at in the finance sector are the stocks which are already corrected deeply. I would look at Manappuram Finance because primarily it's a gold loan company. The problem with Ashirvad, where RBI has stopped them from lending. I'm sure in a couple of quarters they'll give them permission to start. All this means it will push them to look at the low end of the home loan market and at the gold loan market, both of which they will do extremely well. So from what we went to 140, people were very nervous. It's moved back to 170. I will look at IDFC Bank, which is deadly cheap and can go up rapidly. It corrected 10%, it's bounced back to 70. It can go places if you are patient for a decade. Look at Karnataka Bank, it is 0.6 times book. If you are patient for 3-4 years, it will double from here. But it will take time. The other one which I would recommend, if the market corrects deeply, is South Indian Bank. These are the 4 stocks. And I would like to consider IndusInd if it drops further.
Okay. So that's as far as finance sector. And Anand is saying this pain which you're seeing is going to last for a couple of more quarters. That means you can see severe correction happening for the next few quarters.
And it will be one more year before it
starts recovering. And like Anand has said many times, coming 50% down is very easy and very fast. But going back 100% to come back where it was from the 50% drop takes longer, and you have to be patient. So don't assume that just because you see a stock go from 200 comes down to 100, that within a year it'll go back to 200. It doesn't work like that. It can take 2 years, it can take 5 years, and it'll go. But it'll go further and improve and get better. But like Anand said in the beginning of the video, it's about buying and holding and not selling. It is seeing value. You're not gambling here saying, okay, it's going to flip. It is not that. So keep that in mind with what Anand is saying. The next sector which I wanted to hit upon was the IT sector. What do you see in the next year in the IT?
IT sector is a cat on a tin roof. It's rallied, it's at a high.
Yes.
It's rallied without the fundamentals rallying. So I don't see a big improvement. Unless demand in America comes back, I don't see nothing happening, not in this quarter. So it could happen that some panic can trigger it and there can be a big fall. At this price, you don't consider. If it corrects, of course, you'll be here in Birich, I'll be in Birich, Shashwat will be there.
Yes.
To tell them to jump in.
Correct.
But not at this point of time. It's a diamond needle.
Correct. So keep that in mind, and guys, for the next few quarters, at least till the elections are over, American elections, and results come and they form a government and things settle down there, and all this vitriol goes in the background and things, they start moving forward because the deficit is very high. They have a lot of other problems in the US. Yes, they managed to do a soft landing, intentionally or unintentionally. There's a lot of arguments about that. But still, the economy is very strong. We'll have to see what the new president decides to do and what way forward. All that will impact the IT sector. So be patient. Like Anand says, they're all overvalued. If they come into value, me and Anand and Shashwat will definitely be here tom-tomming and saying there are opportunities there. The next sector which I wanted to hit on was the pharma sector, because that is also intertwined with this. In pharma, what do you see?
In pharma, I see 2 values. I see value in NATCO and I see big value in Dr. Reddy. But NATCO, be warned, it's a company that depends on litigation.
Correct.
So they had Tamiflu, they had to take a couple of quarters of problems, and then they made huge money in development. They will continue to make money in development for next 3 quarters. Then the exclusivity period just goes out. Then competition comes and development will go down. They do not have a drug to substitute for development now. But they have the knowledge for semaglutides, which is very important classification of weight loss drugs. When that opening happens, NATCO takes off. And so it can be 2 years from now, it can be 5 years from now. The longer I am happier because it gives me time to accumulate it.
Very true. Very true. So remember,
But we want that there can be a lot of pain in it.
yeah. So when stocks are, like Anand says, depressed like this, it is a blessing actually. It's not a curse. Don't assume that if you don't see Natco going to 3,000 the next year, it's depressing. It's not. It's actually a positive. It gives you time because all of us are buying at different coffee ranges with small budgets. It gives us opportunity to keep dipping into these vessels and keep accumulating it in our bucket and watching it grow. So do remember this. In pharma, what about Dr. Reddy, Anand?
Dr. Reddy is very cheap. It's at 19 times earnings. Its peers are at 30 times earnings. And there is no problem like Natco. So it can climb faster and better.
So keep that in mind. A lot of you wondered why is Reddy suddenly cheaper than Natco. We do not know why Mr. Market suddenly does things it does. It's maniacal, but it is of value. Dr. Reddy is a much bigger company and its products are very different and the way it does business is very different. It's not comparing apples to oranges. It's actually comparing apples to vegetables. So that's how far the difference is. So keep that in mind. Though
the other thing is, Reddy has just split its shares from 5 shares.
Yes.
For every 1 share, you have got 5 shares. So there's a lot of liquidity in the market.
Correct. So it's lowered the entry gate. So a lot of new investors will try to get in. A lot of people have been holding on to Reddy but didn't want to let go, but now find an opportunity, let go a portion of it and take their capital out of Reddy because the prices have been split. The shares have been split. So people cannot liquidate all of their holdings. Maybe they can liquidate some of their holdings. All that influences price and liquidity of the share in the market. So maybe that's why it's come down a little, but nothing to worry about. Other than it, of course, the FMGC sector, most of the...
I'll just stick to ITC and that's it.
Okay. So in FMGC, you only have ITC, nothing else further to talk about in that sector because all the other companies there are completely overvalued and have all become diamond needles, as he says. So this is what we have in this end of this year and the beginning of this new year.
I would like to add one thing. There's great value in Japanese and American stocks. They've been doing well. For example, when BART came up, I pushed Google at less than 100. Now Google is doing far better.
Yes.
We did TSMC. We did Toyota. We did Honda. If you guys are interested in American and Japanese stocks, there is a Google form down.
Yes.
Please fill it up, especially if you're abroad. If you are in India, you cannot invest 5 lakhs. Don't do this. It's not for you.
Correct. That is the entry point for doing investment from India is 5 lakhs a year. If you're not able to take that kind of a risk, please do not waste your time trying to venture into that because the economics and calculations, if you see the way the current rules are, it doesn't make sense for you to do the returns. You might as well invest in Indian markets, looking at Indian opportunities, and you'll make far better returns. That is the reason why we're saying it is not to say if you're not rich enough, you can't afford it. It's just that we're looking for value here, and that is why we're looking at it. So thanks for watching the video. I do hope you had a wonderful Diwali holiday and going into the weekend. Those of you who have a long weekend, have fun. And me and Anand or Shashwat will come and catch you again in another video soon. Thank you for watching the video today.
Thanks for your support for Be Rich. For those who are in North India or who are outside India, you have friends who know Hindi, or if you know Hindi, please subscribe to my channel, Paisa Boltha Hai. I give the same content which I do in Tamil in that. And this is for people who want to follow me in Hindi. Be Rich has slightly different content. Thank you for supporting Be Rich and I'll be around here.
Hey guys, welcome back to Be Rich. Before we get into the video, I wanted to bring to your notice that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog/newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it, and we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.